lie on your back. If anything is a strain or difficult for you, then please, 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 you make an adaptation for yourself, or you rest during the movement. You just take it, as you know, in successive approximations. You'll be fine. Please take a moment to sense and feel your contact with the floor. Please lie on your right side with your right ear on your right arm long, your right palm facing the ceiling, your knees drawn up so that they are perpendicular to you, perpendicular to your pelvis. Again, your knees are drawn up, and your left arm in front of yourself, and just slowly slide your left arm forward just a little bit. And the moment you feel the resistance, then you stop and you come back. So you just do what's easy. You do the movement in such a way that you only feel the best of yourself. So you don't try to go through something or work past something. You just do what is simple. You just do the extent of the movement where you can say to yourself, "Oh, I feel nice. I'm a good person. I'm a nice person." So you slide your left arm forward, and then you bring it back, and you rest for a moment, and then you do that again. You can feel your shoulder blade slides across the back of your chest. And you can feel maybe that your left knee moves a little on top of your right knee. You just do what's easy so that your attention can be on feeling. Where can you soften yourself? Where can you soften your stomach, your neck? And relax your legs, your jaw. Good. Please stop and please lie on your back. Just observe if something's changed in the contact of your back with the floor, one side compared to the other. Please lie on your left side. Draw up your knees. Good. Lie your left ear on your left arm. Your left arm is long and your left palm is facing the ceiling, and your knees are drawn up so that they're perpendicular to your pelvis. Take your time. Just slowly slide now your right hand forward on the floor. Only what's easy. You're not in a rush. It doesn't matter whether you do only one movement or two movements. You take your time. You're not interested at all in how far your hand slides forward. You're interested in feeling where you can let go, where you can relax yourself within the context of the movement. Dr. Feldenkrais said many, many times that the movement itself is the least important thing we're doing. It's so easy to forget. So your hand is sliding not up and not down, but forward, as if your arm was lengthening at 90 degrees to your chest in a line with your shoulder blade. So not up and not down, but forward. That's right. Just keep feeling where you can reduce the effort. The right hand is not standing. Your right hand is sliding forward. Slowly, and you rest, of course, between each movement. I understand we all have our own personal approach to doing awareness through movement. But resting between each movement, that's something that we all do. You start off with your right arm more or less straight, and then you lengthen it a little more. You lengthen it forward better. And just feel your mouth, your neck. Good. Please lie on your back. Just observe the feeling of the left side of your back lying on the floor. Please lie on your right side. Your right ear is on your right arm, and your right palm is facing the ceiling. Again, you can adjust if you have pain and you can't lie on the arm, that's fine. And now lengthen your left arm. And now slowly, as you slide your left arm forward, lift your head and turn your head and eyes to the right. So you slide your left hand forward on the floor, and you just gently lift your head a little bit. Your left arm is not bent. Your left arm is lengthening forward on the floor toward the wall that's in front of you. If you open your eyes, you can see a wall. That's the direction that your left hand is moving. But you lift your head and turn it a little bit to the right. I would suggest that you think of your left eye. You think of your left eye turning. And of course, you can feel that movement of your left arm all the way down your spine. Good. Lie on your back. Again, just you observe yourself. If something has changed, Please lie on your left side. So your right arm is long in front of you. Good. And your left ear is resting on your left arm, and your left palm is turned to the ceiling. You might think that that's inconsequential, but you'll see as we go along, it will matter more and more. Now, go ahead and as you lengthen your right arm forward, just what's easy, not trying to stretch it to go further, you lift your head to look behind. You lift your head to look to the left, as if you were to see behind yourself. You don't need to stiffen yourself. The legs don't go to the ceiling. It's this need to strive that's getting in your way. It's getting in your way of progressing. If you're rolling onto your stomach, you're doing something else. You're working at it much too hard. Good. Please lie on your back. For many of us, we still carry in us the idea that we're not good enough, that we have to try harder, that we have to push something. And we think that we're doing less because I'm sure we're doing less than we used to. But you want to find how to muscularly, kinesthetically eliminate or reduce the desire to do more, to do better. And then you'll improve quickly. Now, please lie on your right side and put your left leg behind your right leg. And slowly, a few times, slide your left arm forward, just as we've been doing, but with your left leg behind your right leg. If your left knee doesn't lie on the floor, that's fine. You'll see that as you slide your left arm forward on the floor, not up, not down, that your left knee may come to touch the floor, but you just do what's easy. Now, stand your left hand and slowly take your left foot backwards. Take your left foot towards the wall behind you. Just slowly. It's a very small movement. Just do what's easy. You'll see that if you just do what's easy, you'll progress much more quickly than if you make an effort to overachieve. Slowly, think of the sole of your left foot going backwards. And now, slowly, slowly, take your left foot backwards a little bit as you take your left arm forward. So you put those two movements together, just the foot, just think of your foot going backwards. Of course, if your knee comes away from the floor, that's fine. But you're thinking of your foot going backwards as you slide your left arm forward. Go slowly. It's asking a lot of differentiation of your spine if you just make it a simple movement. You won't get that differentiation if you exert yourself. Again, look at your hand and make sure it's going forward and not up and not down. And now go ahead and a few times lift your head and turn your head and eyes to the right as you slide your left arm forward. Very good. Now, go ahead and put your left leg on top of your right and see if there's a change in your ability to slide your left arm forward and lift your head and turn. Just what you can do, simply thinking of your head turning as if you wanted to have your left ear face the floor. And please lie on your back and just observe the contact with the floor, the feeling of your left leg compared to the right. Please lie on your left side. This time you draw up your knees. You put your right leg behind your left leg and just slowly slide your arm forward a few times. Of course, you can feel that that's different because of your leg being behind you. And as you reduce the effort and feel where you can make this easier, simpler, good. Come back, stand your right hand, and slowly just take your time. Take your right foot now backwards toward the wall behind you. And as we said, if your knee comes away from the floor, that's just fine. When you think of taking your foot backwards, what part of the foot are you thinking of? Are you thinking of your toes? Or are you thinking of your heel? And now, slowly, see if something is a little easier about sliding your arm forward. See if there's something about going backwards with your pelvis and your lumbar spine. Something about going backwards that makes going forward easier. And now put those two movements together, sliding your right foot only a little bit backwards at the same time as you slide your right arm forward. Feel especially where you can reduce the effort along your spine, your neck. Good. And now put your right leg on top of your left and go ahead and see if there's some improvement in the original movement that we did. And if the idea of your right ear facing the floor seems, oh yeah, I can see that. Maybe you can even see behind yourself. You exhale, you rest completely between each movement. So there's the pause after the movement and there's the pause inside of the movement. because we pause before we come back. All right, rest on your back. Observe the contact of your shoulder blades with the floor, your spine. Lie on your right side. Put your left leg behind you, as we've been doing, and your right ear on your right arm, and put your left hand on your forehead. Your left hand flat on your forehead. And now as you take your left foot backwards, roll your head a little to the left. So you slide your left foot on the floor backwards, and you think of your elbow going behind you and come back. Just do what's easy. So let's say it again. You slide your left foot on the floor backwards as you roll your head, only what's easy, to the left. Good. Now, leave your left leg as it is. Roll your head to the point where your nose is toward the ceiling. And now put both hands on your chest. Put both hands on your chest and find somewhere, say maybe your third or fourth rib, and slowly depress your chest from those two ribs. If you think of where the first rib is, that's difficult for most of us to feel, second, third, and you take the fourth rib, the pair of fourth ribs, and you take them down towards your pubic bone, and then go down one pair and take another pair of ribs down. Just gently, slowly. And see if as you do that, as you take that pair of ribs down toward your pubic bone, you bring your chin a little bit up. You let your chin come away from your throat and move to another pair. Good. And now please roll onto your right side. Put your left leg on top of your right ear on top of your right arm. Just the neutral position. And now slowly slide your left arm forward on the floor and lift your head to turn to look behind you and see if something is easier. Maybe you think of your nose turning. The left side of your chest is going closer to the floor. Good. And please stop and please lie on your back. Just observe the left side of yourself compared to the right, and the softness of your lower abdomen. Good. And please lie on your left side. Put your right leg behind you, and put your right hand on your forehead. And now slowly take your time. You roll your head to the right as you send your right foot backwards and return, just doing what's easy for you. Of course, it's a complicated movement. Feel the weight of your elbow coming behind you. Good. And now bring your nose to face the ceiling. Place both hands on your chest, away from your sternum. And now slowly take a pair of ribs, gently though, toward your pubic bone. Take them down slowly as you exhale. There's not a tremendous amount of give, of course, because we've taken up most of the slack in our spine already. But you do just what's easy. But you should feel, beginning around the third or fourth ribs, you should feel that there's some pliability. And begin to allow your chin to come away from your throat. Your elbows are resting on the floor. Good. And now please come back. Put your right knee on your left. So the original configuration, your left ear on your left shoulder. And now slowly lengthen your right arm forward and see if that's different. And turn to look to the left, to look behind yourself, and feel how your right shoulder blade now is coming away from your spine. And you'll find the further away that your shoulder blade can come from your spine, the more likely you can put your right ear on the floor. Good. And please take your time, lie on your back, observe your feeling of yourself. Lie on your right side. And this time, put your left leg in front of your right. Your left leg in front of your right. And slowly elongate your left arm forward and think of lifting your head to see behind yourself. Think of your left ear. Slowly. Your neck is turning with the lengthening of your arm, and your left arm getting long like that is bringing your left side of your chest to lie on the floor. Each vertebra has to turn independently in order to be able to turn to see behind yourself. Maybe you feel that your left armpit comes all the way onto the floor. Good. Please lie on your back. The improvement in awareness through movement is mediated by our internal contact with ourselves. By directing your attention toward yourself and towards your sensation, that's what attracts your brain. Not thinking about the movement per se from the outside or how far you're moving. Lie on your left side. Put your right leg in front of your left ear on your left arm, and your right arm stretched out in front of you. And slowly slide your right arm forward and think of turning your head and eyes. Think of your right eye looking to the left. Slowly, gradually. For some of you, your shoulder blade can differentiate from your chest a little bit better. There's a little bit of improvement for you there. Or it's that the movement in the upper vertebra of the thoracic spine can improve. Because, of course, those vertebrae have to turn if your shoulder blade is to slide away from your chest. See if maybe you can lie your right ear on the floor. Just what's easy. Good. Please lie on your back. Please lie on your right side. Put your left leg behind your right leg. Turn your nose toward the ceiling. Take both hands to find a pair of ribs from a few inches away from your sternum, but with both hands. And now you manipulate that pair of ribs by taking them to the right. So you just very gently take two ribs. That's right, a pair of ribs. Your right hand is on the right fourth rib, fifth rib, and your left hand is on the left fourth or fifth rib. And with the pads of your fingers, you move both ribs to the right. Both ribs to the right. Good. And now move both ribs to the left. Do the same thing, thinking of each time a pair that they move together. You know that you're actually moving a thoracic vertebra, aren't you? It's not just a pair of ribs that you're moving. And another pair. But your nose is toward the ceiling, meaning your eyes are looking toward the ceiling. Good. Very good. Put your right ear on your right arm. Put your left leg in front of your right and slide your left arm forward and see if there's a little bit of improvement. That as your chest gets softer, your spine can turn in that kind of differentiated way. And your left ear now can come almost to the floor, or for some of you, your left ear can rest on the floor. Good. Lie on your back. Please lie on your left side. Your right leg behind your left. Roll your head so your nose is toward the ceiling. Your eyes are looking toward the ceiling. The pads of the fingers of both hands on either side of a pair of ribs. So the left hand is 3-4 inches away from your sternum, and you just use the pads of your fingers to move that pair of ribs to the left, taking over the unnecessary effort that's restricting your chest from turning more easily to the right. So you just take the ribs to the left, and then another pair of ribs, and you work your way down or work your way up. You can feel each time you turn a pair of ribs, something's happening in your spine behind. And now move a pair of ribs to the right. Gently, softly. Good. Good. Come back. Put your right leg in front of your left. And see what is it like now to slide your right arm forward and think of looking behind yourself just easily, simply. Think of your right ear coming to lie on the floor or almost to lie on the floor. Means your shoulder blade slides away from your spine. That's right. Yeah. Some of you are resting there with your right ear on the floor because it feels so interesting, doesn't it? And you can only do that with that high level of differentiation between your vertebra, because your lumbar vertebra is turned in the opposite direction. Good. Please lie on your back. Does your back feel wider or narrower? Is your spine more in contact with the floor, less in contact with the floor? Please lie on your right side. This time your left leg in front of your right. And now stretch out your left arm in front of yourself, your left leg in front of your right leg. And now slowly lift your arm toward the ceiling and take it back behind you. Just slowly, just what's easy. It's not illegal to turn your head. Just do that easily, simply. It's a twist, so you be careful. Take care of yourself. But you'll see that the more you can allow your head and eyes to turn with the movement of your arm. Now, change over your legs so that your top leg is behind, your left leg is behind, and continue. Very good. Now, do that one more time, and then bend your left arm and leave it behind yourself. Leave your left arm behind yourself. You can bend the elbow so that the fingertips of your left hand are facing your left foot. And slowly bring your left foot toward your left hand. Just slowly. Your head and eyes are turned to the left. See how much easier that is? That one little change. Good. And slowly you slide your left arm. You can slide your head if you want. And you slide your left arm toward your left foot. Just what's easy. And now see if you can take your left hand over the top of your foot to take your foot. And now slowly lift your foot away from the floor to take your foot toward the ceiling. Your left knee goes toward the floor. If you're going to lift your foot towards the ceiling, then your left knee is going to go towards the floor in front of your right leg. Take your left foot toward the ceiling. Beautiful. And then come back. Just do what's easy. Just do what's easy. And take your left foot behind yourself. And you rest there. And then do that again. Lift your foot. Your foot moves in an arc toward the ceiling. And your chest has to roll forward. And then you come back and you rest. And when your foot comes behind you, turn your head and eyes to the left. And then when you take the knee to the floor in front of the right leg, you let your head and eyes turn to the right. You bring your knee towards your chest and you take your knee in front of yourself. Think of the foot going toward the ceiling. Take your time. Take your time. You can hold on to your pant legs if you want. You don't have to hold the foot. You just do what you can do. But you'll see that the key to being comfortable is turning your head and eyes with the movement of your foot. And please rest on your back. Think of all the intermediate steps that we took, all the successive approximations that we made. lie on your left side, and your right leg in front of your left, and just slowly stretch out your right arm and lift your right arm toward the ceiling and take it backwards, just starting where we start, not forcing anything, just what's easy. So it's okay if the knee leaves the floor, but you do what you can do, not somebody else, not what you would like to be able to do. Just start at your beginning. Feel the weight of the arm behind you. Feel the weight of your arm behind you. And now the next time, switch your legs so that your right leg is behind you, your left is in front. And now go ahead a few times and take your right arm back behind yourself. Just what's easy. Again, feeling how free your arm becomes, your shoulder blade becomes when you allow your head and eyes to turn. The tonus of the entire body is organized by the head and neck. And now this time, leave the right arm behind yourself, turn your head and eyes to the ceiling, and reach with your arm behind you down towards your right foot. And just slowly bring your hand towards your foot and your foot towards your hand, and do that a few times. If you can easily hold your foot, then just let go and do that again, thinking how your right ear can come towards your right shoulder. And then hold your pants or hold the top of your foot or your heel, wherever you can easily. And then slowly lift your foot toward the ceiling, organizing your head and eyes to help you to bring your right knee in front of your left leg. And just feel that. And then go back. Just enjoy the feeling of that. And your head and eyes organize the whole thing. Just what's easy, just what feels good to you. Now think with your eyes. Can you turn your head so that your right ear is going toward the floor? And then you come back. Think of organizing it a couple of times from your eyes. As you take the knee towards the floor, think of turning your right eye to see behind yourself. And then when you take the foot back behind yourself, think of your left eye looking to the right. And you'll see that will improve the quality with which your musculature can organize around just that one intention. All right, please rest. Feel the movement of your lower abdomen. And one last time, lie on your right side, and put your left leg in front of your right. And go ahead and slowly slide your left arm forward. Slide your left arm forward, and you see if you can put your left ear on the floor. Feel how your left armpit comes towards the floor. Think of looking behind yourself with your left eye. Good. Lie on your other side. The top leg in front and lengthen your right arm. Oh, and see if you can put your right ear on the floor. Good. And lie on your back. Just observe your contact with the floor. Again, that movement of your lower abdomen. Bend one knee and then bend the other. Take your time and slowly roll to your side and slowly come to sitting. Take your time and slowly come to standing. And just observe. See, where does your head come to as it sits on top of your spine? And can you relax your lower abdomen? And can you soften your throat, your jaw? Just observe your feeling of yourself, how the top of your head gets closer to the ceiling than when we started. And now you feel again that difference. Bring your feet close together and feel with your feet close together, feel what happens to your breathing. What happens to the movement of your diaphragm? And what happens to your throat? To now separate your feet shoulder width apart. That's it. And feel. Did something change in your stomach? Your lower abdomen? Is your throat softer? Is your jaw more relaxed?